Hi everybody, it's Corbin, and today I wanted to go ahead and talk to you about a year in retrospect with Ipsy. But before I get started, will you go ahead and hit a like, share this with a friend who is curious about how Ipsy works, and subscribe if you want to. I'd greatly appreciate it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start off this year in retrospect with talking about the quality of Ipsy's bags. So far, I have thoroughly enjoyed all of their bags they have sent this year. They've been absolutely gorgeous. My particular two favorites happen to be the Halloween one and then the pastel one that they sent out a while ago. They're absolutely adorable and great to look at. Now, they're all basically a traditional sort of cosmetic bag, except for two, which is the Travel Me Ipsy one, and that one is in the shape of an envelope. Besides that, usually the pulls are traditionally on top, and they're great value for what you're getting with the bag, and they always come in handy when you're traveling. So yes, go ahead and stay tuned to watch the rest of the video, and remember, hit a like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys next year. Happy New Year. Alright, you guys, so I have this organized into categories like I did last year. Beauty tools are right here, which they're primarily brushes this year. Ipsy point items I am going to set over here next to my kind of not wanted pile, which includes, this is my hair section, this is perfume, these are nail polishes, so you guys can see the colors, I'll lay them down. Then this is skincare, serums, masks, face scrubs, you name it. Lipsticks are over here in this corner, which you guys kind of can't see. This is blushes and bronzers and highlighters, eyeliners, mascaras, eyeshadows, and then that brings us back to tools. Now, the range of tools are actually pretty decent. We get a lot of the more low-cost tools, so things like It's Cosmetics and Coastal Scents and some brands I've never heard of, and just all around decent quality items. The It Cosmetics or Coastal Scent ones tend to be pretty decent, so that's nice. And I believe I bought these ones with my points also. I'm just including them over here, so I'll just set those next to that. But these are the ones you get. None of them are kind of specialty face brushes. There are no real, true, unique eyeshadow brushes here. So I have three what I would consider face brushes. I have two powder brushes, which these are from Luxe, and this one is from Beauty, or whatever that is. This one I would count as a concealer brush, because it is a little large, a little stiff. So it would work for concealer. Even though it says eyeshadow too, it's a little large for me for eyeshadow. Then I have an angled eyeshadow from Shimmering, a eyeshadow brush from the Paupers, what is this? Beau Gaucher Paris. This is just a basic kind of eyeshadow brush, not much to really talk about there. And then this is a fluffy blending brush from the same one as this one. So tool-wise, it's okay, and what you can get for your points is pretty decent. Granted, Coastal Scent's not that expensive in general, so that's not too impressive. And then the shadow shields are the other thing I got with points. Anyway, points. The hair curl stuff, I have tried this one. It works pretty well. It doesn't exactly stop my frizz, but it looks pretty once it's in the hair. Living Proof Perfect Hair Day. This is a styling text treatment. I have not used this. And the smoothing treatment, I'm not going to use it, I'll be honest. I very rarely want my hair straight. I mostly like it curly and frizzy, so that's a perfect, like a personal choice. Things that I didn't want, so these three. The perfume, it's a nice perfume. It's a soft, subtle fragrance. It's just not for me. It's not masculine enough. It does have very pretty notes. It would smell very nice on someone a little older. I'm not saying like 50, 60. I'm saying somebody in their late to mid-20s to 30s. This would be a nice, soft office fragrance. As far as the little goopity goop, I am not the biggest fan or sold on these. We got two nail polishes from Saitier, I don't know, but it's a company in London. I I like the nude color. The red color is okay. It's a deep wine red. This is the iridescent kind of green, kind of gold. If you guys could see it in the jar, it looks like oil spilled into water. It's very pretty in the jar. I'm not a huge fan of it on my nail. I still have a little chunk of it on my thumb. It's lasted a long time, I'll be quite frank, and I have scrubbed my hands quite a bit. Then I have this. I love this. This is something I'd actually wear. It's a champagne color in Champagne Social Light from Trust Fund Beauty. Love that. That is very pretty. That is probably, for me, the biggest like of all the nail polishes. This is a fluorescent orange, and I cannot, for the life of me, remember where I got it from. And it is a gel effect from Aurora. So, yeah. That's those. This is my favorite out of the ones I didn't want. But these are things that I told Ipsy I didn't want anymore in this section. So, yes. They sent them anyway, which is okay. I mean, some of the colors I'll use, some of them I'll give away, which I have to go through and start giving that stuff away. So, yeah. The next chunk, this is the majority of what I got this year, which is skincare stuff. So let me scoot that more here. So, there are a lot of masks and serums in this. I mean, let me quickly, like, kind of shove these into a category so you guys can see that it's kind of insane how much they send me in skincare. Which, I mean, okay. I mean, I can understand. Maybe they saw my video and think my skin's jacked up. Great. But that's not exactly what I subscribe to them for. Mask. You are an eye serum. Mask. Mask. Okay. So now these are kind of separated out. These are moisturizers, these three. I'm not a huge fan of the Hey Honey products. I find that when I use them, especially when it's moisturizers and things, they don't soak into my skin. They kind of just sit on top of it. So that's my issue with Hey Honey. The Promise Organic, I have used this. Again, I found when I put it on, it was really, really water-based on me. So when I put it on, it dried out my skin at the same time. Not fun. This one is a body butter, which I actually really like this product. I love the packaging. Everything about this I really, really enjoy thoroughly. So that I liked. I'm happy that I can finally finish using that one up. Then this one, what are you? You're a daily lotion too. I have not really, I completely forgot about this. So I'll have to try that one. Now, the Pore Mud Mask. When I do masks, I have to be in a mood and I have to be available to do them. I don't have the time all the time. So this is the section of kind of like no return. Now, these two, I have a huge stack of face masks, which I need to add these in to that. And I'm excited because I need to do like a mini spa day kind of funness. And that should be coming up relatively soon since it's New Year's and I need the relaxation. Okay, so there's that. Then here comes the serum kind of things. So this is a hydration serum. I haven't tried these. I don't tend to try serums very often. And yeah, I included the eye creams in this. I think this one's an eye cream. Oh no, this one's an antioxidant mask. Again, I didn't use it. But these are two eye serums. Yeah, for eyes. And these are two serums in general. Detoxing, yeast-defying. Yep. So these are my serums. I don't use them that often, so that's why, I mean, they're kind of middle ground. I don't want you, I want you sort of thing. And the It Cosmetics right now is kind of like the hot trendy thing in a way. So I just haven't tried their lifting eye cream. I may give this away because I have a friend I think that would be interested in trying it. And the Hey Honey, because of my experience with the face masks and the lotions and the skin peels that we got last year, I'm not exactly in a hurry to try this eye serum at all. So that's skincare in a mini nutshell. It's not exactly something I overly love. The next bit, I'll go to lip care, because this was a fun section for me. They did send me a lot of kind of nude, well, actually, now that I'm really looking at it, there are not that many nude shades in here. They sent me 2 nude shades this year. This one's more of a dust pink, and this one is more of a really brown dust pink. In comparison, they're both companies that I know nothing about. This one's Mellow, which I love the packaging for Mellow. I like a classic bullet. I think this is very pretty. This is a sample size lipstick for Pixie by Petra, and I'm just not... When it comes to getting something this small, I'm not that impressed. I think it's kind of cheap of companies. Then let's talk about, like, lip treatments and chapstick sort of things. There's these 2. I don't recall if the Smile Cause was any good. It's definitely peppermint, so I'll probably end up wearing this. I love the smell and the taste of mints in general, even though I shouldn't really have them, but they're delicious. They're very nice. I've not tried this lip treatment at all because I usually go to my normal safeguarded one, which, if you guys want to know, it's Mary Kay's Silk, I think it's Silk Touch or Satin Lips or something like that. I love that skincare treatment. I think it's amazing. This is another lipstick. I don't remember what color. Oh, it's another nude, dusty kind of color. So, yes, they sent me 3 nudes. Yay, nudes. I don't usually wear nude lipsticks. I try to tend to avoid them. I have a lot of them now, thanks to Ipsy, but I'll have to find a way to use them because I just don't. The next color is, well, that I'm going to talk about is NYX Liquid Suede. This one's a very pretty hot pink. I love this color. It looks really nice on me. I need to find more of a reason to start wearing these things, or maybe just start wearing them frequently rather than having them sit and collect dust and then having to toss them out. The next one is a Tarte, which this is another very pretty... It's a lip and cheek color, if I remember correctly. But it's very pretty. Very, very pretty. I like this one. It's more of a fuchsia kind of... Not a fuchsia, but more of a rosy... A dark rose, I guess would be a nice way to put it. Love that color. Then I have a lip gloss, and this is by Vintage by Jessica something. It's a nice, just shimmer pink. Very pretty. I don't like lip gloss. That's one of the reasons that has not been absolutely not touched. And then this just came in my most recent Ipsy, which is the Instamatte cover. I never got a chance to use this, even for my show. I ended up just wearing my basic chapstick that's go-to, that leaves a very subtle tint, but very pretty. Very, very pretty. And that is lips. Then we go to this, which is a face stuff. Now, they sent us, which was nice, attempt to little airbrush makeup bronzer. I have this bronzer already. So, that's a great thing. It has a little ball, so it keeps the product mixed up when you shake it. Very nice. This one did blow up a little bit in storage, which is fine and dandy, but yeah, I have these. These wear really well, and they stay on for a really, really, really long time, so it's worth it in the end. They sent us the Temp 2. The next thing is this little blush. I like mineral blushes. I enjoy them a lot. They're healthier for your skin. They're funner. I find that this one, I've used it like twice. When I applied it, it blended really beautifully. It could be a little patchy, depending on what you're applying it on top of, but it is very, very pretty. Again, that's from Bella Pierre Cosmetics. Then, this is the NYX Liquid Illumination. Did not use this. Have not used this. I swatched it. Gave gorgeous shine. My issue is I like a very matte face because I sweat a lot. When I apply matte makeup, when I sweat, I look dewy, and I have this sort of look while my sweat is everywhere. So I try to avoid the highlighters, the illuminator kind of things. Then Show Me Your Cheeks, which this is a blush by Elizabeth Mott. Very pretty, kind of simple nude. I liked this one a lot. Very pretty when I swatched it. I haven't used it since I swatched it. Then there's this bronzer. This is by Pacifica. I like Pacifica products. Last year we got tons of them. So there's just something simple, and they feel, I hate to say it, the packaging feels cheap, but the quality product feels really nice. They kind of remind me of Wet n Wild packaging, but the product inside is actually worth it to me. The next thing is Ofra. Now this is like a banana powder, which it says banana highlighting powder. I like this one a lot. I enjoy this one a lot. I didn't get a chance to use it. I completely forgot I had it. And it wasn't the first thing I reached to. I went with my normal highlighter, which I have to drop this in my palette since it is a pan of it. Now that the year is over, so I can actually remember I have it. So yeah. Now, here comes the area that I wanted the most things from, which is right here. Now this, I like trying new mascaras quite a bit. I love trying new eyeshadows quite a bit. So let's just quickly go through the mascaras, because I'm not going to really talk about them too much, except for this one, because I've used it before, because we've gotten it before. So, Makeup Forever Excessive Lash. Didn't use it. I think the wand's nice. I don't remember. I haven't opened it since the day I got it. The It Cosmetics Superhero. I probably am going to give this to my friend also. Elastic Stretch Volumizing Mascara. It seems fun. I like the results they show in the packaging. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll secretly keep this one. And if I really like it, I'll buy a tube for my friend. And then I'll buy me one. I think that would be the easiest way to go about that. Next, it is Mad Lash by The Balm in black. Didn't use it. I don't even remember what the brush looks like, I'll be honest. Now, the Smashbox X-Rated, if I'm not mixing this up with last year's sample, is pretty much the same. It is a very traditional wand. The formulation on me, because I like to layer my mascaras. So I'll wear one, which is Maybelline's Lash Stiletto. I think that's what the name of it is. I'll layer that one on the bottom. Then I'll layer another one on top, which tends to be Mary Kay's either volumizing or I like their waterproof a lot. Then I'll put my final coat of my really, really, really blackest one that doesn't necessarily have to build up too much on it. This one builds up, which is very nice. I have worn it over and I've worn it by itself. Over, it makes the lashes clump and then it starts to flake off. If it's by itself, it wears just fine. So, to me, that indicates that if you like to use eyelash primers, which Urban Decay makes a really nice one, it'll come off. It'll flake off. It needs a formulation that it'll stick on itself. That is my experience with it. I love this. It gives very beautiful results. It's Smashbox X-Rated. I don't think you guys can really see it, but gorgeous mascara on its own. Otherwise, not quite worth it. Then they sent me quite a few eyeliners. There is one eyeliner that is not in here, and that's because I used it and I loved it, and it's in my normal makeup rotation now. So yeah. Most of the eyeliners are black and brown. Or purple if you count the other one. This one is black. Okay, I wasn't crazy. So I have two blacks and I have two browns. This is more of a green, but I would count it as in my brown family because it's like a swamp green. I mean, it's like that deep kind of brown green. Then this one is a bronzy color. Haven't used it. This one's from The Balm. This one is from Ofra. Ofra tends to be okay with their eyeliners. I've only used them one other time. Then Superfine by Essence. Remember the swatch. It can get a really fine, beautiful line. But I find the tip dries out really easily, so it takes a lot of time if you want that really small, small line to get it to appear along the edge of the little brush. So, let's see, I'm trying to tilt it to where you guys can see it. So it's really fine here at the tip, but it takes so long for product to get to the tip that I'm not going to really waste my time. Because see, there's that beautiful fine line on my finger. So it's gorgeous, it's a nice fine line, but it takes so long to get it. Then there's the ColourPop retractable eye pencil. Not much to write home about. It's an okay product, not too great, not too good. I'm still confused why the packaging shows it as being like a beautiful blue color, and then I ended up with black, that it's the same name. It's Swerve, and this is Swerve. So I'm confused why the inside of it is black when it should be blue. That is a packaging complaint. So there's eyeliners. Now, the thing that I love the most getting is eyeshadows. I can't overly complain about the eyeshadows I got because what happened was I got 4 good named, 2 no name kind of brand deal. Now, The no-names are actually pretty decent shadows. This one is a cream pigment. That's how they're selling it. I liked this. I think it's very beautiful champagne. I never wore it, to be quite frank, because, again, I like matte everything on my face. If there's shimmer, I tend to try to avoid it as much as possible. That being said, I did wear this one. just gonna throw that out. I did wear the green, which is a very beautiful shimmer green. So I haven't really worn this yet or incorporated it into anything, so that I'll bear in mind. This one is a very beautiful bronze. Now, last year, all that Ipsy would send me was these bronze colors. Fine. Very nice. The gorgeous colors. I'm tired of getting them, so I'm happy they only really sent me one, as far as I can remember. Then they sent me 2 balm eyeshadows, which these are kind of the name ones that tend to be a little expensive. I'll just do the more high-end ones. So they sent me 2 different the balm eyeshadows. This one's a pretty pink. This one's kind of a burnt red kind of color. More of, I would say, deep blush is what this one is. Very pretty. I love getting the balm little sample packages. I think they're so cute. And yep, there's those. Then there's an Urban Decay shadow, which this is why I was super confused and I thought I owned it. So here's the Urban Decay eyeshadow. This is in Lounge. It's the same color, almost, as this one. This one just has more of a red little duochrome feel than this one does. So if I open it up, the camera's not really doing it justice, but they're pretty much the same color. This one just kind of duochromes to more of a gold. This one does it to a red. That's why I was super confused on the monthly video. So yes, that is something that is kind of a repeat, but it is still a nice repeat. I like getting these eyeshadows quite a bit. And my issue is, this is my #1 most liked product. These are the things that I rate the highest, and Ipsy is supposed to base it upon what you rate. So what ended up doing was, so since these were together, I'll explain my theory behind it. So the things that I told Ipsy I wanted the most were makeup tools, makeup, so we'll just go this side. So makeup tools, makeup. These I said I didn't want. These I said I didn't want. So this entire stack are things I didn't want. And then these things, I would rate them as honestly as I could, which were mostly middle ground ratings, because I don't try them, and I think to give these an honest review, you have to try them for at least 2 or 3 weeks. Because your skin will freak out the first night of using a new product. Everybody knows that. And that's something you have to bear in mind with skincare. So I haven't really, these I always gave the middle ground ratings, and I always just talked about scents, or talked about how they absorbed in my hand. That's it. So my theory behind why I didn't get more eyeshadows, because last year I got like twice this amount. I got a few more of eyeliners. I got a few less lipsticks, but I got a lot more of the things I didn't want. And skincare wasn't as much. My theory is, because I've been rating the eyeshadows so highly, what they figured they'd do is they'd sneak in more mascaras. So they gave me more of these than they did last year, as far as my memory goes. And they took away some eyeliners. Because I got more eyeliners last year and more eyeshadows, less mascaras. Then, as far as cheeks go, this feels about the same. It may be a little less. Lipsticks, I feel like it's more than it was last year. I'll be quite honest with you. Now, this will start going into the overall review. I'll be quite honest with you. Every year when I go through and I start looking at this and trying to decide if I'm going to keep Ipsy or not, I reflect on my month by month, and then every month I start getting bitter. I start hating the subscription service because I feel like they're not giving me what I want. Now, I can tell you by looking overall, they didn't exactly give me what I wanted. They gave me tons of this. which is fine. These can make stocking stuffers for people, things that I haven't opened or tried. I can give away, or I can do a massive spa day party and just use them all up in one go. I can do those things, which this is fine. It's just, this is something that, skincare is sacred to me. I will continue doing what I'm doing, the products that I'm using, because it's a combination that works for me. This stuff would completely mess up my routine, so it's not my favorite. As far as beauty goes, on this side with the items, I'm happy enough because there's enough notable brand names here and cool products from new companies that I didn't know about here to make up for this. And a little bit of this. So I didn't realize until I unloaded it. So month by month I would have said, no, I'm canceling it in December, I'm done. But now that I have everything in front of me again, I'm going to say I liked it. That's the thing. If you look at it month by month, you're going to hate it because they don't always give you what you want. I mean, that's the sad truth of it. You spend the money, $10 a month, to get what you want. They don't always give you what you want. They don't have to because it's a trial service. You're trying new things. So you get things like this that are blah, that you don't necessarily want. Then you get things that you do want. And then you get things that you just don't care about. So that's something to bear in mind. Comparing this year's to last year's, I would have to say I liked my first year better than my second year. I don't know what's changed. I think it's the fact that I get the same brands that I've rated really poorly, but they still keep coming in my bags. Like the Hey Honey, I'm not a fan of. I've rated them really low, and I still keep getting them. Nail polish is the same thing. Last year I got a lot more, but I'm still getting them, just in a less volume. Makeup tools, I would love to get more. I think I got less last year, so that shows an improvement, but last year, it just felt more rounded last year. It felt more equal. So if you guys have questions or comments, shoot them down below. Let me know if you guys get this service. I do love hearing your guys' opinion. I will be continuing this until further notice. I'm not exactly sure for how long, but I'll try to give it another year next year. And yeah, let me know if this sways you into getting into the service. I'll have a link down below if you want to follow my little code and use my friend code. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Do you like what you see? Then subscribe!